Good morning, my neighbor. How are you doing? Are you feeling okay? Right. It's a Thursday. It is the 13th day in the month of February of 2025. And it does feel good to let you in on the fact that the time check on the Eagles clock is 2 minutes gone past the hour of 7 on the AM side. Hope you slept well last night, though. That's right. I know. Okay. I always say this, and I would say it over and over again. Have you given your son a high five right there and just let him know that daddy's here? Have you given a warm hug to your daughter? Have you squeezed the hand of your significant other just to and let them know that, look, I'm here, I'm not going anywhere. Together, you and I, we die here in this marriage, in this relationship. We're gonna make it work and stuff like that. Yeah, have you done that just yet? Okay, what's going on with all of the traffic that is going on now? Is it the domestic traffic, the roadways traffic, or whatever the traffic might be? All right, and whatever it is, I need you to know that it's a fresh start, a fresh day, another opportunity to take on, life head on and not hiding under the brushel. Okay, but well, I'll greet you in the way that I know how to, because this is the Eagles Morning Risers Breakfast Show. So, inakwana olodudu, agife otutuama kakaro. In my dialect, I would say, a missier, on my faint absentia would have said, Emma Muriel Keo. Right, it always goes with a bell. Okay, it goes with a bell just like that. And it does feel good to also let you in on the fact that there is a universal language that you and I totally understand. All right, and that would be the Pidgin. Okay. Good morning. My name is Uduak Daniel. And yes, quite a number of segments that's going to be making up the condiment for the breakfast show this morning, which, by the way, in case you don't know before, starts from, of course, the 6 a.m. up until the 12 noon mark. Yeah, all right. The Eagles Spark, Eagles News Spark, Eagles News Splash News, we brought to you already. And of course, going by 7 o'clock now is the time for the pages, where we look into the front page of Nigerian newspapers now and bring you up to speed with what's going on. And then at 8 o'clock, Vicky Vic, the sports minister. Oh, did I just say the sports minister casually? The only sports minister on radio that I know, right? We'll be taking you on sports on Eagles Wings on here and right here. And at exactly 9 o'clock, I'll be right back. Let's go talk politics and current affairs. Firearms disappear. Well, that's what we'll be looking into at the 9 a.m. Mark. But then at the 10 a.m. for the general open banter, I want to ask you, you must be a refugee, because if you are not, I'm going to ask you that question. Are you a refugee? A conversation transpired between two persons yesterday, and that's what ignited that question. Are you a refugee? Because you must be some sort of refugee, even though you're in Nigeria. That sounds odd, right? Don't worry. We will unbundle that at the 10 o'clock mark. At 11 o'clock hour, okay, still looking into it, but it's going to be a special one. It's going to be one that you would really love. It will thrill you up until the 12 o'clock mark, when I'll be saying bye-bye. Adios. Just as Vicky Vic would say sometimes at the end of a show. But yeah, let's get into some things that you ought to know this morning. Let me bring you up to speed with it, okay? All right, so let's look into this one already. Okay, something is really brewing with the House of Representatives as at yesterday. Well, they passed the tax reform bills for a second reading, and that was following an extensive, robust debate on the general principles of the legislation by lawmakers. Now, the House had earlier consolidated the 4 tax reform bills sent to it by President Bola Ahmed Tinubu last year into one before beginning the debate on the general principles. Okay, so the tax reform bills is going through a second reading now as it stands. Well, let's move away from that and have you know that a young man has been apprehended. I mean, a young man who allegedly raped a 17-year-old resident of Lagos State in his office in the person of Owolabi Akinlolu, right? The police has remanded him in prison already, custody. So Akinlolu, an officer attached at the Ogudu police station in Lagos, had promised to help the teenager retrieve her phone, which was stolen by one chance robbers. So he used that antics and There you have it. But then he's been remanded now in prison. Is it going to end there? Aren't you curious to know? Well, that's always a question we ask. What ends it? Is it going to be sacked or relieved of his job or transferred to another unit? Well, we never know. But good thing is the law is caught up with him. But is the law going to indeed exert the punitive measure that is deserving of a crime? Okay. Well, the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency, NDLEA, as at yesterday said, no fewer than 14 million Nigerians are estimated to be involved in and addicted to the consumption of harmful drugs. Now, the Deputy Commander of the Ondo State Command of the NDLEA, Mrs. Yetunde Joyfos, made the disclosure at a drug abuse awareness program. Okay. Now, the National Working Committee, NWC of the People's Democratic Party, PDP, on Wednesday confirmed Ude Okoye as the substantive national secretary of the party. Now, the decision, according to the party, followed a thorough examination of a memo presented to the party by the acting national chairman regarding legal judgment affirming Ude Okoye's position. Now, the Nigeria Labour Congress, as of yesterday as well, quite a number of things happened yesterday, by the way, directed its members and Nigerians to boycott telecommunication services from Thursday, 2025, following the implementation of a 50% telecom tariff. Now, the NLC stated that the boycott is expected to kick off on Thursday between 11 a.m. and 2 p.m. till the end of February of 2025. All right. Now, the Ogun Security Network Agency, known as Amotekun Corps, confirmed on Wednesday the rescue of 16 women and girls allegedly forced into prostitution. Give it to them. Give it to them. That's the truth. Give it to them. While parading the victims and their traffickers in Abeokuta, Amotekun Corps Commander Alade Adediba said the girls were rescued after an intelligence report. That's what I'm talking about now. Now, the All Progressives Congress, APC, has officially contracted a private company, UMF Global Limited, to commence nationwide digital membership registration exercise with the ultimate aim of having a comprehensive and up-to-date database of its members ahead of the 2027 general elections. Now, the signing ceremony of the agreement with the contractor was concluded at the party secretariat in Abuja on Tuesday night. Now, I should also let you in on the fact that somewhere in Zamfara State and Sokoto State, in a significant breakthrough against terrorism in the Northwest, troops of Operation Fasan Yama have eliminated several notorious terrorist commanders and dismantled multiple hideouts in Zamfara and Sokoto State. So the coordinated military offensive carried out between February 1 and 10 of 2025 delivered a major blow to terrorist networks operating in the region, restoring a sense of security to affected communities. Oh, I say yay to this one now. And you should also know and learn that the Nigeria Customs Service Area 2 Command in One, Rivers State, in collaboration with the Office of the National Security Advisor, NSA, has destroyed about 60 containers of substandard and illegally imported pharmaceutical products worth over 100 billion naira. That's a lot. That is a lot. Now, the destruction took place at the River State Waste Management dump site along the Port Harcourt Airport Road on Wednesday. That's something. That is something. Now, let's jump into the front page of Nigerian newspapers this morning already and bring you up to speed with happenings for today. Okay, so I see quite a number. It's a lot of the dailies now. They came through. Well, the Nation newspaper is what we'll be starting off with. But then, just before we do so, I want to join you to join the conversation across social media platforms as we are hosting an internationally accepted, a globally rewarding, a nationally embracing television right there on Facebook and on YouTube. So go go on there at Eagles FM Abuja and spread the wings across every other social media platforms as you know it. I'm talking about TikTok, I'm talking about Instagram and X, formerly known as Twitter, at Eagles FM Abuja. All right? Leave a comment in the comment section though and just engage and participate. All right? That way we will also bring you up to speed with your thoughts and allow the world to also have some inclination as to how your mind, goes and reads in terms of the front page of Nigerian newspapers. Now, let's also understand that this is not to criticize, it is to critique, right? By critiquing, it means that you are looking at something very critically. You're not just judging, but you're also preferring, possible and feasible and workable solutions to them. All right. So the Nation newspaper now, the big story on the front page of the Nation newspaper, rumbling in PDP deepens. All righty. More like an earthquake. So rumbling in PDP deepens. Now it's got two writers to it. Damagum Olugunagba take different positions on National Secretary, and Ortom Anyanwu Sean Ikimi panel. All right, that story begins on the front page of the Nation, continued on page 2 of the Nation. Right, I don't know, for some reason I've never seen the president, in a shirt and a trouser. He looks corporate though. All right, is shaking hands with someone right there? Okay, well, you'd find that one on the front page of the Nation newspaper. Okay, that's just by the way though, but let's go to this one here, and you'd find it on page 3. Add 1 to 2, you get 3. How to deploy AI digital tech for development by Tinubu. Oh, the president now. How to deploy AI. Digital tech for development. Okay, maybe that explains the shaking hands with this white young man. Okay, right, maybe. But let's see this one now. Your arrest. Fear a ruse. Omokri tells El Rufai. Page 4 carries this story. Now let's see this one. It is a story that begins on the front page of the Nation. It is continued on page 4. How substance stance on tax reform bills. It's got one writer to it now. Proposals set for public hearing. All right. Just at the base of the Nation newspaper, US is the kicker. Qualified Nigerians can apply for visa online. I see. All right. Page 25 now is holding that story down to yet another page 25 story, but outside the shores of Nigeria, still on visa issues. UK warns of fake visa offers. While the US is saying qualified Nigerians can apply for visa online, the UK is warning of fake visa offers. So be careful. All right, just above the Nation newspaper now, banner. Well, I see this one, and it does seem as though a certain foundation in Nigeria, UAE, signed $6 million pact to empower entrepreneurs. That story continues on page 2, looking very popular, by the way. And now the Guardian newspaper, it is. That's where we are at this point in time. Page 6, the big story. Importers divert cargo to Togo. Others to evade tariff hike. Importers divert cargo to Togo. Others to evade tariff hike. And now you could see quite a number of reasons why they might want to, engage in that. I mean, various charges levied on importers. Now, you would consider the NAFDAC certification of 500,000 naira, the SON certification right there, Standard Organization of Nigeria, in case you didn't know that, 500,000 naira. The terminal operators and shipping companies service fees up by 30% to 45%. Wow. Okay. The Nasriya, right? Other environmental agencies charges 150,000 naira to 200,000 naira, right? You see this one, demurrage for 20-foot container, 48,000 naira per day. Okay, demurrage for 40-foot container, 68,000 naira, 68,500 naira per day. Okay, so 40-foot container clearance, 26 million naira. 20-foot container clearance, it's 20 million naira. If you were the one, would you also do the diversion now of your cargo to Togo just to evade all of these tariff hike? Well, okay. But let's go to page 4. Group laments over 5,000 Nigerians stranded in Iraq. 5,000, not just 5,000, over 5,000 Nigerians stranded in Iraq, right? And you should see this one. 124 journalists killed in 2024. Israel, mostly responsible, says CPJ. All right? Page 4 is holding that story. Now, Tinubu meets Google. Wants Nigeria to drive Africa's AI evolution. I see now. Oh, the handshake. Okay. All right. So you'd find that one on the page 5 or page 15. I beg your pardon. Okay. So Kano uncovers multiple illegal private financial accounts. So you'd find that one on page 28. And the last one that I'll be bringing to you from the Guardian newspaper. Is it the last one? I'm not sure. Last but not the least, by the way, tax reform bills advance amid pushback on phasing out key agencies. Page 6 holds that story. Now, just above the big story, but underneath the Guardian newspaper banner now, businesses, homes count losses as National Grid collapses again. Page 3 holds that story. To yet another page 3 now, very popular if you ask me. Revert to old tariff before March or face total strike. NLC tells government telecom operators, all right, maybe they think NLC is playing, or maybe NLC is really bluffing. We never know, right? Ado Election Tribunal, as the kicker now, PDP alleges conflicting testimonies, APC to present 28 witnesses. Page 7 is holding that story down. And just moving away from the Guardian newspaper now, taking a flight on Eagle's wings to the Daily Trust newspaper. I see quite a number of stories right there. I see people holding placards. Are they holding these placards because they're happy? Well, we'll find out. Now, we'll see this one just underneath the Daily Trust newspaper banner now. Bandits abduct 16, burn houses, crops in Kaduna community. What did the crops do to them? They had to burn crops too as well. They abduct 16, they burn houses. Bandits are doing all of this in Kaduna community. You'd find that story on page 29. And to page 31 now, 49 years on, Murtala's legacy still visible. Okay, something outside the shores of Nigeria now, and this one you'd find on page 26. Egypt's president may shun talks with Trump over Gaza. All right. Now, the big story with the Daily Trust newspaper, tax reform bills, that's the kicker now. Reps want contentious sections expunged. In other words, removed. In other words, expelled. All right. Now, it's got two riders to it now. Seek clarity on conflict with constitutional provisions. Oppose inheritance tax. Propose VAT reduction. Page 4 is holding that big story. Now, at the base of the Daily Trust newspaper, 50% tariff hike. That's the kicker. Labor threatens telecom masts shut down. All right, page 3, you'd find that story. To page 26, 124 journalists killed in 2024. CPJ saying that. To page 5, court adjourns Professor Yusuf's bail ruling to February 27. And the last one now on page 5, Lassa fever kills 12 in Ondo. In case you're just tuning in for the first time, this is Eagles 102.3 FM Abuja. We give you an audio-visual radio experience that you can count on anytime, any day. If you are in doubt, why don't you use at Eagles FM Abuja on YouTube and Facebook and see clearly what exactly it is that I'm saying. Now, the Vanguard newspaper has a big story, tariff hike. It seems to be the big story on the major, newspapers front page today. NLC fumes gives March 1 alert to shut telecom services. All right, you'd find that one on page 5, and it's got a couple of riders. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, 4 riders or 5 riders, if you ask me. And now it says declares 3-hour boycott of all operators' services from today. Asks Nigerians to suspend purchase of data. Telcos talk tough. Say labor moving towards treason. Oh, NATCOMS berates NCC, calls regulator to redeem image by sanctioning telcos. Alrighty, how is that even possible when it is the NCC that indeed had that agreement with the telcos for a 50% tariff hike? But then, let's go see this one. It has a kicker, a very disturbing kicker if you ask me now. Poisonous gas. 10 students hospitalized as Ibadan Polyprobes incident. All right, page 10, you'd find that story. All right, now let's go to page 9 now. 124 journalists killed worldwide. Oh, did I say nationwide? Worldwide in 2024. CPJ saying that. And for those, the sport lovers now, page 32, 2026 FIFA World Cup, Super Eagles must secure a World Cup spot. Opara is saying that. Okay, so let's see. Just to this, underneath the Vanguard newspaper banner now, tanker fires. Federal government mules ban on trucks with 60,000 liters capacity. All right, page 9 holds that story. Just above the Vanguard newspaper banner now, the apogee, the heights, the peak, the top of it, the zenith of it. National grid collapse triggers widespread darkness. And just imagine how many things, quite a lot of things happening in the dark. Page 19. If this persists, well, I know some of y'all, when you're ailing, right? You go to the hospital, or you don't go to the hospital. You first of all go run a checkup and stuff like that. And every time that they advertise drugs, they say, if symptoms persist after 2 days, consult your doctor. Okay. So if the darkness persists after how many weeks or days, or all right, who do you consult? I don't know. Who do you consult? But then some would say it's the NLC, but the NLC seemingly has quite a number of things in their hands right now. They have a major stake that they are looking into, and that'll be the telcos tariff hike. Okay, so we see this one tax regime. That's the kicker now. Civil servants pay more than increase in minimum wage. Tax regime, civil servants pay more than increase in minimum wage. NLC saying that, page 26. And PDP NWC affirms Ude Okoye as national secretary. And it's got one writer to it. Why Atiku, Wike aren't before us. PDP disciplinary committee are saying that one. Page 26 is holding that story down. And reps pass tax reform bill for second reading. All right, page 8. Very popular now, if you ask me, and that will be all with the Vanguard newspaper. Okay, so I get on to the Nigerian Tribune newspaper, and a story is catching my eye now, just above the Nigerian Tribune newspaper banner. Local government poll, how Osun APC lost at the Court of Appeal. All right, to show you how serious this story is, the story begins on the front page of the Nigerian Tribune newspaper, and is continued on pages 4 and 5 of the Nigerian Tribune newspaper. Now, tax reform bill survive in reps. Scale second reading. All right, it's got a couple of writers to it now. Lawmakers back NGF's position on VAT sharing formula, 50% equity, 20% population, 30% derivation. All right, call for stiff penalties for tax evaders, erring public funds managers. All right, kick against issuance of exemption order to boost revenue generation, back existence of TET fund, Nasini, NICDA. Okay, page 16 is holding that story down. And to page 2 now, PDP NWC confirms Ude Okoye as National Secretary, transmits name to INEC. To page 24 now, Senate scraps special fund account for regional development commissions and NYC. All right, that's what it is. Okay, so IBEDC reconnects UCH. Finally, right. Whew, a sigh of relief after weeks of blackout. Page 16, you'd find that story. Okay, to this one here now. Page 15, -1 from 16, you get 15. Catholic bishops denounce resurgence of headsman's attack in Southwest. Talks governors on security. All right, Catholic bishops denounce resurgence of headsman's attacks in Southwest. Task governors on security. Okay, and that will be all with the Nigerian Tribune newspaper. Now we get on to the very last daily that we'll be looking into this morning, and that will be the Punch newspaper. The big story on the front page of the Punch newspaper now. Tinubu's re-election. ACF, others tackle Ganduje over no vacancy comment. Page 2 is holding that story down. Now it's got one writer to it though. Babachir hints at North's consensus candidate as ACF Mohammed counter APC chair. All right, just to the side of the Punch newspaper banner now, Abia PDP chapter defies NWC order. Autumn Anyanwu face panel, March 4, page 14. Just above the Punch newspaper news banner now, tariff hike is the kicker. Labor subscribers plan telco shutdown, March 1. Okay, to page 2, tax reform. Reps divided as bills scale first reading. All right, it's in the second reading now. Now to page 21, federal government may ban trucks as tanker fire claims 493. Okay, federal government may ban trucks as tanker fire claims 493. It's about that time, don't you think? Let's go to this one here now. And at the base of the Punch newspaper, APC hires private firm for membership e-registration. Page 14. I think it's a step in the right direction, though, so they can have a database of, membership. All right, let's go to this one here. Hoodlums in court for abducting policeman in Ondo. All right, page 8. And the last one, rep summon custom CG over officers' retirement. All right, page 7 has that story. And that's how we say a bye-bye to the front pages, but not a bye-bye to your voice, because your voice has to be heard loudly and clearly. So I'll give you the numbers already so you can indeed engage and let me have your 2 cents. Let me know how you react, to some of these dailies. Right. Okay, now the number would be 0907 353 0044. 0907 353 0044. The other number is 0908 766 8888. And the WhatsApp portal number is 0909 705 4450. Let's take this call. Hello. Good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Yes, good morning to you. Hello?
You are doing a great job.
Oh, thank you, my brother. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
This is your brother from another
Okay.
Oluwasegun.
Sorry?
Babajide Oluwasegun.
Ẹ̀gbọ́n, ẹ káàárọ̀. Babajide.
Who does Baba?
Ṣé ẹ wà pa?
Only you are doing excellent job. 100% goodness.
Appreciate, man. Appreciate to you. Appreciate.
My brother.
I'm so glad to hear your voice.
Stolen radio and I listen to Eagle thing.
Right.
And I believe this morning Eagles will carry me to anywhere I want to go.
Exactly, my brother. Exactly. Good to hear. Good to reconnect with you again, Babajide.
Yeah, I commented with you. You
That's
are done
Thank
well.
you. Thank
you are
you.
still doing well.
Appreciate, my brother.
And
Appreciate.
I pray that Eagles wing will go higher and higher.
Oh, that's right. Amen to that one now.
Yeah, God bless you.
Thank you. Appreciate. Talk to us. Oh, okay. That's what, Babajide. Been a long time. Well, welcome to the family, though. What can I say? Right. The number's still out there. 0907 353 0044. The other number is 0908 766 8888. Hello and good morning.
Barrister Donald.
Yes. Mesiero Apostle also live. AKA
Apostle also live.
From
yes,
Apple.
Yes, God bless you for recognizing me.
Appreciate it. Yeah.
God bless you.
Thank you.
So please, my take goes like this. This continuously having issues with men. Time have come that our dear President Tinubu will do as he do in a subsidy remover.
Right.
So time I say that this harassment issue, if any person that want to do the business of rearing cow, then it's complete. Not carrying it here and there. Or it's an animal. Before you know, it will just spoil people something. Before you know, fighting will start. Before you know, life will be lost. Please, this high time, even this 10th assembly, let them remove politics over it. Let them remove where I come from. I said that this thing has been disputed most of people's. So let them bring it on end.
Okay.
It will go a long way. Daniel, please. Thank you and God
Get
bless
that.
you.
Appreciate
My
thank
name
you.
remains Apostle also life, aka God bless you.
Thank you, my brother. Appreciate right there. And yes, we'll just head out on a recess. We'll be right back in a short bit. Don't go away. It's still the Pages Newspaper Review, you call it.
No offense to the commercials. It's just that we want to see other audio. 102.3.
Sorry, sir. We just sold the last one.
Chai! Papa, what happened? They just sold the 2-bedroom bungalow I wanted to buy, and all others are calling big prices. 30 million naira, 35 million naira for a 2-bedroom bungalow terrace. Have you tried my Abuja Home Limited? My Abuja Home Limited? No! My Abuja Home is selling their 2-bedroom terrace bungalows in Gwagwalada for a promo price of just 17 million naira only. Wow, that's very affordable. And in Gwagwalada, Abuja FCT, which is just 30 minutes from town? Yes, it's just after the FRCL radio house in Old Kutunku in Gwagwalada. So, for this promo price of 17 million naira, the 2-bedroom comes with a large sitting space, a sizable kitchen. The floors are tiled with 2 bedrooms and toilets with fitting windows with burglary proof, security, borehole water, electricity, and the area is cool. Wow, my Abuja Home Limited happy, but you give me the number. Just call 080-888-37426. I said 080-888-37426 or 080-827-23824. That is 080-827-23824. My Abuja Home. Live the life.
Eagles 102.3 Abuja.
Has anyone told you you can talk about your business on radio for just
20,000 naira?
Get a chance to talk your business for 25 minutes on The Entrepreneur. Mondays to Fridays, 3 p.m. on Eagles 102.3 FM Abuja. For more inquiries, call 090-9984-4433. 090-9984-4433. Hurry now.
Eagles 102.3 Abuja.
Get updates, get informed, avoid traffic, and get home early. Tune into Traffic Rush weekdays 5 p.m. to 6 p.m. on Eagles 102.3 FM Abuja.
Eagles 102.3 Abuja.
From Milky Way to Earth, everywhere there's internet, you can connect with Eagles 102.3 FM Abuja. Log on to our website www.eaglesfm.com. Follow and engage with us now on Facebook, Twitter, TikTok at Eagles FM Abuja, Instagram at Eagles FM 1023. Download our apps on your Android and iOS stores. Eagles 102.3 FM Abuja, your radio experience you can count on.
Right back from recess right there, and we're still looking at the front pages of Nigerian newspapers and taking your thoughts and views. Hello, good morning.
Hello, Yudi, good morning.
Good morning to you, Abdul.
Hi, my name is Abdul calling from Suleja.
Exactly, Abdul, welcome.
Ife doing this
Ife is doing well, I'm sure.
Not great again.
That's right.
It's collapse. You see, I don't know, maybe they cannot find final solution to this national grid, because it's really causing problem for people. A lot of people use this light. You see them selling pure water, selling mineral for their living. But without light, they cannot do this. How much fuel will they buy to power their generator, for God's sake? So please, the government should do something about it. And about people diverting their cargo to another country instead of bringing it to Nigeria. Remember, there was a time somebody was saying that in their company where he's working in abroad, they dashed them some items. So there's a Ghanaian and him is from Nigeria. That the Ghana man need to ship down its own to his country. You understand? It's a car company where they wash car.
Okay.
They gave them equipment. You see, this Ghana man import his own to his country and open a place for where they wash car, people are working. When the Nigerian man wants to take it to the country, by the time he calculates money he will spend, that money can buy what he wants to transfer to his country. He need to sell it there. You see, our government, they should do something about this tariff. It's too much. You buy something from abroad, you can't bring it to Nigeria. And when you bring it to Nigeria, you see that it's very, very expensive. So please, the government should do something about it.
Okay.
Bandits in Kaduna, just like you say, I don't know food item them that they will be burning it. You can see wickedness, UD. And the same people now will come out and will say they are repentant Boko Haram, and the federal government will pardon them. It's very bad. So please, the government should do something about this security. And I want to congratulate our armies for what they did in Zamfara and so.
Right.
It's a good one. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
God bless Nigeria. God bless Eagle FM.
That's right. God bless you too. Appreciate that one from you, Abdul. And yeah, some talk right there, talking really, really tough. Yeah, quite a number of things. The import levy is indeed has gone, astronomical. I don't know. And quite a number of people now have the scare to even import, goods into the country. And that's seemingly creating a lacuna. They rather go to other countries' port rather than come to their own country. Right, but let's go to this one. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
How are you this morning?
Fine, thank you,
My
baby.
name is why your voice like waiting happen for my check-up?
She's fine. She's fine.
Okay. Oh, you want to go a chop up, ma? No wahala. I greet our.
Oh my God, baby.
It is when we talk what they disturb us. Now what they disturb me this morning.
Oh yeah, baby, introduce yourself.
Then my name is Bibi Bless.
Yes.
My name is Bibi Bless from Otako. I think I introduce myself. Whether you go give me one bag of fries,
you never know. You never know. You never know, Bibi.
Nobody can tell. My name is Bibi Bless you from Otako here.
Yeah.
See, we are really enter the second punishment. You shall say enter the second punishment. Tell me say why.
Why?
Because while we pay for darkness, we not see light waiting with it for you. Do you know this month where to go and buy pure water? The 10 bag of pure water is 500. Of me, they go for me for where are we going? You ask them, they say you see light, and I like that I know say na for that they buy. They say for it don't come down, but if now not for us that they say just go say don't breathe for a call down. Is it me say May 40 they go up? Is it me say thing that goes off on Nigeria call that again? Then we tackle people when they do business because they are paying a huge money, but they cannot see what they pay for to use. They say this is collapse. Is it me saying that this president regime now it is the collapse before you know now they say money where they borrow now what they take and do for us be that. This is where you enter there. You don't see something where they use this money borrow they take and do for us. Then we talk now what happen now the problem. People stay for darkness and you go collect money for your and they go the last nothing the party. When you ask them say na the oga top na their problem. Wetin we do, wetin be the problem? Now so we go there. If they ask you, may not tell us so how Nigeria go take better. This is where they bomb say Nigeria go better. Then we continue praying. People where they reach, they begin the day on top. Nobody can follow talk. Wetin we do. The question where I want to ask you this morning be that. I greet my brother, the last man of microphone. I greet everybody our caller. Including you, including my sister. Where you go back, where you go come meet you now very soon. God bless you.
Thank you, baby.
Bye-bye.
You have a great day. I mean, that conversation, if we do continue and start it, I mean, would it ever see an end? Because a lot of Nigerians are really asking the question, we borrow these monies, what exactly are these monies being put into? Repatriated funds from the US, from the UK, where are these monies getting into? But then, well, I'll just get to hear from you again, so it doesn't take, I do not take so much time. Hello, good morning.
Yeah, good morning. I celebrate
the triple D. Good morning, Triple D.
Good morning, Mr. UD.
Yes,
we're
please.
always happy and grateful for you there for us.
Right, appreciate it.
Thank you very much.
Yeah. Where are you calling from? Yeah.
I'm calling from Waru.
Awesome.
The man with the voice. To be very honest with you, what Labour are saying, can that be the light of the day? Where are we getting it? Why are we getting it like this? Where did we even started getting it wrong? Can Labour go back to the drawing board? Where are Labour when they say subsidy is gone? In fact, Labour should be deceiving Nigeria so that we can be pursuing the right thing.
Okay.
Something trigger where we are today. We started from somewhere. Let's be very honest to ourselves. Well, we are waiting for them. We will keep on talking. And I believe if we will not get this one right, I don't think we should rely on Labour that Labour are fighting for Nigerians.
Okay.
We don't have opposition. We don't have Labour. Nigeria will get it right because we are talking by the special grace of God.
Amen to that one. Appreciate
Mr.
that
You,
one.
good morning. I celebrate
morning to
Nigeria.
you.
Mr. Salasi, I greet you.
Right.
Good morning.
Okay. I don't know how you do this, Triple. I don't know how you do this. There's resilience, there's hope, there's belief, there's faith. Honestly, it's contagious. It's contagious. Right. Well, we're still looking into your thoughts. What would be your perspective view as to what's going on front page of Nigerian newspapers this morning? Hello. Good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning to you,
GB.
please. Yes.
My name is GB, from Life Camp.
GB from Life Camp. GB, are you all right this morning? Again, your voice.
I'm all right.
Okay.
I'm good.
Okay. All right. Welcome
I'm
aboard.
good.
Talk to us.
Yes. You see, labor union just want to make headlines. It's a willing buyer and willing seller. They are private sector. If you can't view their service, abandon them. They are saying that they are from March, they will call for national boycott. The announcement for national boycott, would they do it by letter writing? Would they not use WhatsApp? Would they not use call? Would they not use email, internet? When the mama puts increases food from 500 per plate to 1,000, 1,005, the labor call any protest. When NLTW increased transport by 300%, the labor, and this NLTW is part of the labor union, did they call them to order and say, look, for the sake of the masses, just make it 20%, 30%. During the Christmas and New Year, when there was no fuel scarcity, when there was no any increment in price, they even reduced the price by about 50 naira or 60 naira of fuel. The transporter doubled their price. If not for government that came in and give 50% rebate, many people would have traveled. What were labor union then? To have called their union member to order and say, no, this is heavy on the masses. This is punishment. This is acceptable. Did they do that? They did not do that. Now they are calling that we are calling for a boycott. Boycott? Which boycott? Go to their office, you will see them browsing and shouting and the rest of it there. If you can't use it, you do your data use. You do your phone call. These people have to survive as an investor. I'm into telecoms also by way of one day because I service telecom company. Let me tell you, the prices of goods and services have increased because of dollar rate. So let people they use diesel to power their station. For the past 3 weeks, that have not been light in half part of Abuja. I don't know if you are aware.
Yeah.
We say my time and the rest. For the past 3 weeks, no supply, and these people see power their station with diesel, and you are saying they will not increase their price. Labor are not serious. They want to be on the headline. They're not fighting for the masses.
Okay, GB.
Thank you very much.
Appreciate that one from you, GB. Labor is not serious. They're not fighting for the masses, he says. Hello, good morning. Hello?
Hello?
Yes, good morning to you. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Good morning. My name is UND.
Oh, UND. UND, it's been a while. Oh, it's been a while. Okay, you're calling from Asokoro, right?
Exactly. I'm
Awesome.
calling you right here in Apo.
Apo. Okay. Awesome. Talk to us.
I'm very sorry. It's not Apo. I'm just, confused somehow because of my food with me.
Oh, okay. Even though I didn't quite get that rightly. Well, let's hear your thoughts very quickly.
Yes. So what I want to say is that you see most of our callers have been saying that. First of all, let me greet BB Blessing and Salasi for our callers and the good people of Nigeria and my almost state.
Okay.
People are doing a very good job. I've been listening all this while, but I don't used to comment just like before.
I get that.
You see?
I get that.
It's not that we are listening, but most of the time we keep talking. It's like these people are not listening.
UND, we should not stop talking. We should not stop talking. In fact, when you talk, that means you've sold your rights totally.
Exactly.
Yes, totally, you've sold it.
Exactly. Yeah, so or this act, the call it, the tax report bill is passing for the second reading National Assembly.
Yes.
So you see, that's what we have been saying. It's a very good one, but you see, we have things to touch in terms of our constitution itself. Our laws is not too good for us.
Okay.
This selfish interest is too much. That is why our arms, the judiciary, are not working. The executive have put the judiciary in their pockets, which is true.
Okay.
So when we talk, it's like we don't like the government. We don't have any other country, if not Nigeria, as an entity.
All right, UND, for want of time. For want of time.
So I want to advise the government. They know what to do. In terms of the law that governs our workers in Nigeria is not even friendly.
Okay, UND, for want of time. Yeah, for want of time, so we can get on to the WhatsApp portal. But appreciate that.
Let me use. Thank you, my brother.
Appreciate my brother.
I still want to give this appeal to tell our government to try their best to write their own goals, as I always say.
Okay.
Thank you, and God bless Nigeria, my brother. Thank you. God bless you.
Thank you, far too kind. UND right there, some expression he gave. That look, the tax reform bill's very good and all of that this is what we're talking about. But yeah, please don't relent. And of course, he didn't leave without giving an advice to the government. Just try. Yeah, just try, he says. All right. Try. If you've been trying before, try more. And with hopes that it will get better. Because it will get better, honestly. It would. But let's go to the WhatsApp portal now and see your messages via the WhatsApp. And just before we get onto the WhatsApp portal, I see a couple of messages. First of all, thank you for getting across social media platforms, the national television, the international television that we are hosting right there, and engaging, right? I see King K from Cairo. All right, King Kennedy from Cairo. I like the fact that you let me into where it is that you're watching from. Feels good. Good morning to you all. I just want to remind you that we must learn to live together as brothers or perish together as fools. Enough of all the sad news in our country. King K says that. Now to Ozo Francis, watching from Amagunze in Enugu State. He goes on to saying that the current leadership of NLC is mere toothless bulldog, as they lack the potentials to protect the interest of Nigerian workers. And he goes on to also adding the federal government should address holistically the current tariff hikes to ameliorate the plight of Nigerians. Which way, Nigeria? May God help us. All right, get onto the WhatsApp now and let's see for ourselves what you are saying on there. Okay, I see this one here, and it comes from Samuel, all the way from Kuje. Right, standing on existing protocols right there. Welcome to a brand new day, Samuel, you say. What is wrong with the political parties in this country, especially the opposition parties? They are busy having in-house fighting and in-house opposition instead of facing the ruling party and opposing their anti-mass policy in the country. What a shame. If I say that the telecom companies in this country are criminal-minded companies, I hope I'm not crossing the border, because since they made the increase, their services have been nothing to write home about. In fact, it is now becoming worse than before, yet they are collecting our monies for rendering epileptic services. We are still asking the government to provide good governance to us. The renewed hope agenda is now becoming hopelessness. May God make it easy for us in this country, in Jesus' name, it says. All right? And of course, loads and loads of blessings to me, loads and blessings to you, to my brother. Have a great day, you too. And this one right here says, it's coming from Akamata from FHA Lube. I read that it takes about 25 billion naira to reinstall the national grid when it collapsed. I knew there will be no end to grid collapses if this kind of amount is involved, right, Akamata? Well, even the minister had said that, look, hey, I'm not assuring you that there's not going to be a national grid collapse. There will be more collapses if if that very sector is not financed, especially with our own monies, because we're the ones that always pay the brunt of it. But let's go see this one here now, and it's coming from Yusuf, all the way from Wusay to Yusuf. Yusuf says, good morning, Obong UD. That translates to Chief UD. Thank you, Yusuf. Obong Yusuf, I put it that way. Nigeria police says 3,907 arms were unaccounted for, not missing. And I asked, what is the difference between 6 and half a dozen? Over time, we have repeatedly called for the audit of recovered arms by security agencies. We read in the newspapers how uniformed men are arrested transporting arms for bandits. The other time, the NSA berated policemen and soldiers selling arms. This means that the source arms these criminals are using to terrorize the people is largely from the same agencies charged with the responsibility to protect life and property. This explains why we cannot find solutions to insecurity in the country. I advise the government to continuously audit these agencies and ensure stringent measures are put in place to punish any of its personnel involved in arms pilfering in their armory. Have a nice day, he says. You too, my brother. Have a nice day. All right, so I see this one coming from Comrade Ulobasi, all the way from Buari in Abuja. Good morning, Obong Udwak Daniel. All right, God bless your day too, my brother. Good morning. A situation where supposed retirees vehemently refused to vacate their offices at the end of their service years. It's an invitation to anarchy in the land. The recent altercations involving the IGP and the other supposed retired senior officers in the police hierarchy speak volumes of maintaining law and order in the force. Following in that order is the one involving Nigerian custom supposed retirees that are reported to have refused vacating their positions in the office. To my knowledge, military and paramilitary establishments have been a bastion of disciples, but the reverse seems to be the case since the era of Buhari's government, where favoritism to extend the supposed retirees or retired officers' service years was the order of the day, and the illegality seemed to continue. It's time to wield a big stick if discipline. Okay, you meant discipline. All right. Okay, first you. Okay, I get it now. If discipline must be maintained in this once respected establishment. All right, may God save us from ourselves, he says. Amen to that one, though. Okay, so, alrighty, let's go take your voice messages right now and tap into your wealth of resources right about now. Okay, so I'm seeing a couple, starting off with this one.
Good morning, boss.
Good morning to you.
You've forgotten your brother, your very own brother from another mother, boss, Mr. Profession from a circle. Yeah, good morning. I hope you have a wonderful night rest.
Good morning, my brother.
Good done. Well done, good job. I want to react on the headline that read the collapse of our national grid. We cannot count how many times it collapsed last year and this year again. And this is a case where you put a man that happens to be a organizer into becoming a power minister. This is appalling and it's tantamount crucifying. At least they should put people who are fit in a particular sector to run that, because we're spending money and we're not seeing the result. It's uncalled for. This is not good at all for a country like Nigeria. Man, they should do something good. I beg. Thank you. Have a wonderful day ahead.
All right, appreciate that one. Perfection. Feels good to hear from you, but perfection, please. Let's not also derogate, or use derogatory words, a man that's supposed to be a vulcanizer. No, come on, don't do that. It's not nice. All right, but yeah, understood your thoughts and your points. All right, I see this one from Selassie now. Let's go take it from Selassie right about now.
Daniel, the man with the golden voice.
Good morning to you,
my name is Selassie, sending this voice not from Garki. My heart goes to the people of Kaduna that lost their life due to security. This terrorist bandit. You can see what they are doing. And I'm trust and believe in our security men that they will go after this criminal, and we won't have repented bandit, repented Boko Haram, repented killers into the society. I hope it will happen. Then come to the issue of NLC, calling Nigerian to boycott. They don't know that all Nigerians are not civil servants. Even when they say subsidy was going, did they do anything? Electricity tariff that we have band A, band B, band C. Even when the national grid keep collapsing every day, what have the NLC done? Did they call for protest? Did they call for the government attention? As I always say, we are all into it. The politics is over. We are facing the reality. Now I want to talk about the Controller General of Custom and Director General of DG, Professor Christiana Mojisola Adeyeye, for seizing that container of fake pharmaceutical products. You can imagine what Nigeria would have been going through, using their money to buy poison, to buy something that will kill them. I want to say kudos to them. Kudos to them. More grease to their elbow. And I believe, like my triple D from Maruda say, this project called Nigeria shall be great again. We shall be great. We shall come out from this woes one day. Thank you.
Appreciate that one from you, Selassie. And he goes on to consolidating the views of BB Blessing, saying she made quite a lot of sense in her contribution. The government will claim that the money they borrowed was used to fix our national grid that have been collapsing almost every day, he says. Selassie, I think there's a little bit of a hyperbole, to that statement. Collapsing every day? Well, then, I understand your thoughts, though. Appreciate that one from you. But let's go to Honorable Edwards right now and hear from him loudly and clearly.
My name is Honorable Edward Olapo. Dangote, the national chairman, APC, said presidential seat is not vacant. And then, the North, our brother from the North, are already complaining. What do you expect Dangote, as a presidential position, what do you expect him to say? He said, the next election is not vacant. That means our president is going to win the election again. What do you expect? Do you expect him to say that our president will not win next election? No. Yeah. Our younger brothers for now, we are looking for this position. Like, for now, we have three. Atiku, Erifai, and Kwankwaso. They are planning to. Erifai is saying, let's come together. Let's come together or sit, Mr. President. Atiku is saying, let's come together. Let's come together and give me that position. You see where the problem is coming from. So, these politics, they should not complain. I want a situation where government should take place, not politics for now. The high grade things are becoming too much. No. Telecom have increased this thing. Where are we heading to? Thank you. God bless you.
Okay, telecoms have increased. Where are we heading to is the question he's asking. But Turkin Bihundu is going to be the very last voice that will be premiered right now. And Turkin B all the way from Nasarawa State. By the way, thank you for joining from Nasarawa. Right, Turkin B right there. Very, very ardent follower. Appreciate you. Says, good morning, Daniel. Good morning to you. I'm in Nasarawa State. If the Nigerian army must win the fight against criminals, it must increase its workforce. One of the factors limiting the Nigerian army is the numbers. Lacking the necessary numbers means after taking territories, the army can't maintain it. The worst is bad elements in the Nigerian army, many being arrested working with criminals, and lastly, many living large on insecurity and therefore don't want to put an end to it. Despite hike in telecom tariffs, the network remains very bad. You make calls, your airtime is burning, you can't even hear well. Turkin Bihundu right there. Yes, we already saw a strong example with UND. I mean, just very close by here now is it Apoa Socorro now, El Gazape it is, and yet was a very horrendous trying to hear him out. But, well, that's what it is. And we are hoping that some of these pressure, especially coming from the NLC, would indeed yield some fruit. But GB already said if you're going to go on a strike, or rather not a strike, they didn't call it a strike, but it said it's going to be a shutdown. Yeah, March 1st. Okay. If you're going to go on that, how are you going to reach out to your people? You're still going to use the same network providers' platforms to reach out to your people. And he's looking at it as a proposal that is dead on arrival. But anyways, that is the size of it this morning. Vicky Vic is going to be joining us in a short bit. And the phone lines buzzing left, right, but we can't go any further. I'd like to say, please keep those thoughts because we'll be talking about the firearms that have gone missing, right? In the country for overtime. And then overtime as well, we've seen... Is it 170 something thousand? 176 or 78,000? Lord, that's a huge, large number. But yeah, that's what it is. My name is Udwang Daniel. Thank you to each and every one of us family members for adding your voice. I'm looking forward to having a discourse with you at 9 a.m. as well as 10 a.m. And of course, all through the morning drive or the morning, Eagles Morning Rise, show this morning. Don't go away. Stay blessed. Keep focused.